June 6, 1944, D-Day. A day that changed the course of history and became a lasting memory for people around the world. It was the dawn of Operation Overlord, the largest amphibious invasion in human history and the turning point of World War II. With the fate of Europe at stake, Allied forces launched a bold attack on the beaches of Normandy, France, in a determined effort to free the continent from Nazi control. But this momentous effort didn't begin with battle. It began with planning. Months earlier, Allied commanders knew that to defeat Germany, they needed to open a second front in Western Europe. Under the leadership of Supreme Allied Commander General Dwight D. Eisenhower, the plan for Operation Overlord was carefully developed. The stakes were enormous, and the challenges seemed almost impossible. The plan called for a bold, multi-pronged invasion. American, British, and Canadian forces would storm 5 designated beaches, codenamed Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword, all while airborne units would parachute behind enemy lines to disrupt German defenses. The scale was immense: 156,000 Allied troops, 11,000 aircraft, and nearly 7,000 naval vessels, all coming together for one goal: to establish a foothold in Nazi-occupied France. But despite the thorough preparation, the Allies knew success was not guaranteed. The German military used Normandy's rough coastline and tall bunkers to build what they called the Atlantic Wall, a fortress of mines, barbed wire, and heavy artillery. The defenders were tough, determined, and well-prepared. The Allies faced an uphill battle in every sense of the word. As dawn broke on June 6, the assault began. Waves of landing craft approached the beaches, facing relentless fire from heavily armed German defenders. At Omaha Beach, chaos reigned. Machine guns fired across the sand as American troops waded through icy water into a hail of bullets. The cries of the wounded filled the air. Some landing crafts never reached the shore, hit by enemy shells or capsized in the rough sea. Yet, despite these horrific conditions, the soldiers pushed forward. Step by step, they scaled cliffs, dismantled obstacles, and took out fortified positions. Heroism was evident everywhere. Medics risked gunfire to help the wounded, while engineers carefully cleared mines to let tanks move forward. And on those bloody beaches, against all odds, the Allies broke through. Further inland, paratroopers faced their own deadly challenges. Units from the U.S. 82nd and 101st Airborne Divisions were scattered upon landing. Many were dropped miles from their intended zones, forced to regroup under the cover of night with little more than the stars to navigate. Still, they accomplished their missions, destroying bridges, securing roadways, and cutting off German reinforcements. Their efforts were crucial in aiding the beach landings below. But the cost of this victory was catastrophic. By day's end, over 4,000 Allied soldiers lay dead on the beaches and fields of Normandy, with thousands more injured, missing, or captured. German losses were also heavy, though exact figures remain uncertain. And then there were the civilians, the people of Normandy, who found themselves caught in the crossfire. Villages were reduced to rubble by relentless bombardment. Families were torn apart. The scars of war would linger long after the guns fell silent. Yet, despite all the bloodshed, the Battle of Normandy achieved its goal. Within a week, the Allies had established a foothold in France, paving the way for reinforcements and the liberation of Paris just 2 months later. From there, the Allied advance moved across Europe, bringing down the Nazi regime in less than a year. D-Day marked not just a military victory, but a moral one, the beginning of the end for one of the darkest chapters in human history. The impact of Normandy cannot be overstated. It changed the geopolitical landscape of Europe, established the dominance of the Allied forces, and set the stage for their eventual victory in World War II. The bravery and sacrifice of the soldiers who fought that day created a legacy that lasts to this day. Their actions remind us of the high costs of freedom and the lasting strength of unity against tyranny. Today, the beaches of Normandy are peaceful, with quiet sands, except for the soft sounds of rolling tides. White gravestones extend to the horizon in nearby cemeteries, each one bearing the name of someone who gave everything for a cause greater than themselves. Standing there, one can almost hear the echoes of June 6, 1944, the roaring engines, the shouted commands, the determination of those who refused to give up. Nearly 80 years later, we continue to honor those who fought, bled, and died on those beaches. They didn't just secure freedom for Europe, they secured a hopeful future for us all. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content like this.